used to think losing yourself would feel dramatic, like some kind of collapse. A loud ending, sirens, screaming, rock bottom announcing itself before it arrived. But it doesn't happen like that. It's quieter. More like slowly becoming unfamiliar with your own reflection. Like walking into a room you've lived in your whole life and suddenly realizing it feels rented. I think that's why some people stay awake so late. The world gets quiet enough to hear the parts of themselves they spent all day avoiding. And maybe that's what darkness really is, not the absence of light, but finally being left alone with everything the light distracted you from. I've noticed memories work the same way oceans do. They return in waves. Some barely touch you. Others pull entire pieces of you back out to sea. And the strange part is, sometimes I can't tell if I'm drowning or just drifting far enough away to become someone else entirely. People always talk about wanting to find themselves, but nobody talks about what happens after, because sometimes the version you find isn't the version you were looking for. Sometimes healing just means becoming honest about what damaged you. Sometimes growth feels identical to grief, and sometimes the person ruining your life is just a version of you that got tired of pretending everything was okay. I don't know. Maybe that's why certain nights feel heavier than others. Why certain songs feel like old conversations. Why empty rooms can still feel crowded. Maybe we leave pieces of ourselves everywhere. In people, in memories, in old habits, in places we promised we'd never return to. Maybe that's why it hurts so much trying to move forward. Because part of us is still waiting somewhere behind us. Sometimes I wonder how many versions of myself I've already outlived. The kid who thought happiness would feel permanent. The person who believed love alone could save people. The version of me that still recognized the sound of his own thoughts. Maybe growing up is just learning how to mourn people who are still alive, including yourself. And maybe that's the real reason we create things. Music, art, memories, proof that we were here before the world convinced us not to be. Because honestly, I think some people disappear long before they're gone. And lately, I've been trying to figure out if I'm healing or just learning how to become invisible more gracefully.